Hi there again, my Philippine literature class. We are on the second week of our lecture, week 2 lecture, and here is our objectives. Here are our objectives for today's lesson. First, we are done with the stories of Diagnilam Ang and other stories on love and adventure and creation, and also flood stories. Our objectives for today's lesson is first, we are going to analyze Filipino values in the various Philippine literary texts. Second, determine the concept of heroism. And third is to interpret aesthetic values and important insights concerning human nature and human experiences. So we're going to revisit, as I have our title here, old favorites revisited, folklores and myths. So we're going to revisit our popular stories, folklore stories, and samples of the stories are the monkey and the turtle, mermaid stories, crocodile stories, and the one stories which I refuse to call Tamal. Okay, so basically, um, I am through with the discussion about blood, love, and adventures in the Philippine setting. I have exhausted the concept of heroism from these stories and manifested in your outputs. You check your outputs, you have your concept of heroism developed in there. And now let's have a review on our all-time favorites by watching the video clips posted in the next slide. So I want you to again feel energized and let's experience the Philippine folklores we have in the Philippines. And I have this first, the monkey and the turtle. I have here the link found in there, so I want you to watch the story or at least take a look in the story. I'll be sending the video clip later on, but I guess I already sent. If not, check on our group chat. But I want to focus on this one on monkey and the turtle. So there are a lot of versions found in the Philippine setting. Like we have from the north, we have from the central Philippines, and we also have from the south. But basically, this story is there are a lot of versions coming from the north. Okay, so this is very popular. You take a look at your stories, then you'll be able to, of course, know and review again the the different versions of monkey and the turtle. Okay, and then the next one, mermaid stories. We have a lot. We have a lot of mermaid stories, and these the storytellers believe or somehow believe that these supernatural beings existed in the past, and most of their stories are very thrilling and very surprising because most of their stories are connected to the image of Mama Mary. Like in some areas, like in Bulacan, in Manaoag, where there are icons of Mama Mary, and also in my place, Cagayan Valley, you report. Let's try to look into the story, and you know what? The rivers are the churches are located near the rivers and they won't go away from the side of the river. So that is usually the setting. That's why there's a big connection in the stories of the locals. There are big connections between the mermaids and Mama Mary. And then we also have the crocodile stories. Also in the northern part, crocodile beings are being married with young men and they have crocodile offsprings and usually they have the characters of human, so they live like human in the past. But if they look like humans, then they have their tails. So these are the crocodile stories, and they live like humans. So we also have the one stories. This is very popular, and as I have discussed in the class, I have a new paradigm about this one. I have introduced a new belief and new consciousness from this one story. So that's why I refuse to call it one because one is never command. As I have said, I've been telling every time that one is respectful of God's time by waiting for the guava to fall, and one trusts his environment that nobody would just kill him around as he lies in the floor, and also he is also this story is also manifesting a very peaceful Philippine society. in the past. So basically, these stories are very inspiring because the insights that you get from them, like for example, the stories of the monkeys and the turtle, they were enemies and then they end up being friends, or they are enemies, but you exhaust some insights about building a relationship with your fellow man. So these are the things that you exhaust from these stories. Also, the mermaids is trying to awaken your being environmentalist, that you should love your physical environment because this is what where your wealth lies. This is where you live. This is your home. So basically, it tries to connect you and the other beings in the whole world or in the universe. So yourself must be is connected, and yourself must not live by yourself alone, but you have to be respectful of other beings living within your world or in the world, because it gives you a better feeling. It gives you a better way of seeing life. It gives you a better perspective, and it helps you live your life to the fullest. And the crocodile stories are also very funny because there's the marriage between the crocodile and man. So it's not an actual marriage, but in the folk stories, yes, it's a marriage of a crocodile, an animal, and a man. Well, the manifestation of this one, or it's just it wants to point out the oneness. It wants to point out the harmony that should be in a society to attain success or to attain true happiness or to attain joy. So these are stories that would give us um, more insights. These are stories that would impact our lives. Okay, they try to awaken that spirit in us. They try to awaken that energy in us that supposedly should be unblocked, and you just have to let flow of this energy within you as a human to experience being humane and be treated in a very humane society. So basically, let's all go back to all of these uh, all-time favorites that we have because it impacts our lives, and it gives us, I think, a broader perspective, more beautiful perspective about life. And later on, when we are inspired, then we start creating our own beautiful stories, our own beautiful literary pieces, our own beautiful letters or literatures, in short, about the world, about living in this world. So basically, this all-time favorite refreshes your feelings, refreshes your thoughts, and it introduce or reintroduce to you a feeling of the beauty that our folk tales possess, the beauty that our folk tales have, and they contain our cultural heritage. And that it also points out that the cultures of a nation is the genius of the people. So we can't get away from these all-time favorites or these old folklores because they have our culture. They are the exact picture of our cultures as Philippines. And when we're rooted to our cultures, then we can't get away uh, from our realm, because basically the cultures is the genius of the people. Mabuhay tayong lahat. And then again, as I have told you, class, today I'm not going to give you an assignment because you already have a lot of activities and submissions and also your project. So I want you to focus on your project and assignments and activities to be submitted, where it's due on October 10, but I'm giving grace period for that. Grace period for that. Why? Because there are a lot of students who are not able to connect to their internet, and they have very low signal. So should be very considerate about that. So just PM me and tell me when are you going to submit it. So long as as your project you also have to move, then everything will be okay with me. So again, these are my references, and this is my good vibes line. Just because you got the monkey off your back doesn't mean the circus has left town. So I want to internalize all of those little or short free literatures, And again, refresh your being Filipinos through your literatures. Mabuhay tayong lahat. God bless us all. Keep safe, everyone. I love you all.